Hi, let's meditate. I had a long day playing with computer. Amazing. One thing I can tell you though is this is relating to AI. They made so many mistakes. It's interesting that we have this dialogue going on, and after a few sessions and I go back that something is missing, so I tell them that you're jumping ahead without what we have discussed. So I had to do a few times, maybe 5 times. Same thing happened to not just ChatGPT, but Google, Gemini. So they do some stupid things still. But one thing interesting is that we do the same in the way we use our mind. We keep going, digging somewhere and forget about the quick, important question, the important information along the way we had. It's very similar. That's what I learned today. And what it means is that instead of just going ahead, every now and then you need to go back and then think forward and make sure that you are covering all ground, so to speak. So if you are too motivated to keep on moving forward, this kind of things can happen. When we meditate and be in the state of samadhi, so you're not thinking anymore. So for example, whatever happened in the past, my view is being self-organized when the mind is calm. As in the case of AI, deep learning. Check what it's supposed to be is to check backward and capture all the key information, assess and clarify. And that whole process can happen without thinking. Why? Because that's the way of nature. Just like the AI neural network. That's what happens. So you don't know why the idea popped up. Or you may remember but you forgot there's something important. Those are the symptoms. So I just spoke about this. It's the same as verbally checking what has happened today and what I have learned to be careful at, dealing with AI, but also for myself. So it's mutual learning for them and for me. So I ask them every now and then to summarize what they've got or something like that, to kind of compare notes. And what happens tricky is that if I have this Apple and the Google, there are some interactions. It's like in the organization, different departments speak different language, different protocol. So the handover process gets kind of dicey. So it's obvious in organization, and it's obvious in AI, and it's obvious in our mind. We have to go beyond that. Again, how to do it is just be. You know, when you're not doing anything, some old memory may pop up and go away. That's just a symptom of how the brain is working with whatever we got in the past to see if there's some value in it. So you can trust that process. So it's the equivalent of listening to heart. You're not pushing, you're listening. In your thinking, you push your ego or some vision of what you want to do. But after a while, you stop and observe. Now go back deeper to let whatever is in unconscious to be connected, to make sense of it. So I made an analogy that what we do in our mind is like a top management, top down, do this, do that, this way, that way. And what comes up from the heart is like an idea from the shop floor. The cells and memories that may not be easily accessed can self-organize and bring out, oh, I forgot that, or some aha moment, or may come out in the dream. So it's like a mechanics of how we function in this construct of mind or brain and heart or the body. We are having that integrated, but we lose the connection, unbalanced. So let's be quiet. When you focus on breathing or sensation in your body, or listening to a bird or cricket or nothing, your mind is left alone, lose its stored energy. Then you feel your mind and body more balanced. Focus on breathing. And fresh air, energy is built up and exhaust, breath goes out. And the mind would rest and start to self-organize itself. In the mind, in the brain, in the body, and connection being developed on its own. I was just posting a video about the happiness discussion of Daisetsu. And in there was the moment, the point, the key is to have that on its own, by itself. It's like a nature's way, or your own fountain of energy connected and spreading out in your body and into your mind to be clear. Every breathing in and out and when you feel some sense of vibration, tingling sense, any place, or the feeling of the heart pounding, and the energy filling up, and when you relax without thinking of anything, you get into the zone, or some call the flow state, or samadhi. No mind, no self. If your mind starts to move on its own, let that be. Don't deal with it. And keep on focusing on or paying attention to breathing. Your posture is straight, not stiff. It can move around, but in fact I like it to kind of play like a sideway, front, back, or circular motion, just millimeters. And then stop. Or keep going. It will settle on its own. Your breathing may go slower and subtler, but you're not forcing it. It's natural. But if you try to find what's natural, you are lost because you're trying. So it's an effortless effort. In Zen, they may say mu. Mu means nothing. So mu shin is no mind. Mu is nothing. Shin is for mind. Mu shin. And muga is mu for nothing and ga for self or ego. So it's mushin, muga. Nothingness. Nothing in your mind. If you cannot stand and leave, just go ahead. Or if you want, be determined and dedicated, stay. Repetition is the mother of skill. It's simple, right? But if you think simple is difficult, you're making it difficult. When there's noise will pass through you. If you are empty. If you want to say Namo Amida Butsu, go ahead in your mind. Thank you for joining me. You have a good day, good evening. Good morning. Hope to see you again.